We present a technique that combines deep anterior lamellar keratoplasty with manual small incision cataract surgery, a variation of triple procedure. This technique is useful in the management of patients with coexisting corneal stromal opacity and cataract. The authors have no financial interest in the subject matter of this film. This is a 58-year-old male with corneal opacity and cataract in right eye. Initially, a superior rectus bridle suture is placed to keep the eye fixated while doing various maneuvers. Subsequently, a fornix-based conjunctival flap is created superiorly with the surgeon sitting at the head end of the bed. A scleral incision is given, followed by creation of a sclerocorneal tunnel up to just inside the limbus. This is followed by the creation of a oblique paracentesis incision and injection of a large air bubble into the anterior chamber to make the eye firm. Stromal dissection is carried out gently in a plane as close to descemet membrane as possible, while taking care not to rupture it with undue force. The dissection is completed all along the cornea up to just inside the limbus. The superior scleral incision is closed with interrupted tenonylon sutures. The anterior chamber is deflated and air bubble is partially removed. This is followed by injection of viscoelastic into the corneal stromal pocket through the superior incision. An appropriate sized corneal trephine is used to make a partial thickness circular incision in the anterior corneal lamella. The anterior corneal lamella is then dissected with the help of curved corneal scissors and removed from the host bed. The air bubble in the anterior chamber at this time helps in ensuring the structural integrity of the eyeball. The surgeon now shifts to the temporal side of the patient, where another scleral corneal tunnel is constructed for cataract extraction. The anterior chamber is entered with keratome. Capsule staining is carried out like routine manual small incision cataract surgery, followed by viscoelastic injection. Unlike phacoemulsification surgery, here a slightly larger capsulorhexis is created so as to allow sufficient space for the nucleus to be prolapsed out of the capsular bag. The temporal incision is then enlarged. Followed by hydrodissection to separate the nucleus from the capsule. The nucleus is gently rotated and prolapsed out of the capsular bag into the anterior chamber. Nucleus is subsequently expressed out of the eye with the help of viscoelastic. The anterior chamber is irrigated and any residual cortical material is removed from the capsular bag. Intraocular lens is inserted inside the eye like routine cataract surgery, and it is dialed to its normal position into the capsular bag. Temporal incision is closed with tenonylon sutures. An appropriate sized corneal button is prepared after stripping off its Descemet's membrane. The graft is then secured to the host bed just like routine keratoplasty surgery. Initially, 4 cardinal sutures are placed at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock position. Subsequently, the remaining sutures can be either interrupted or continuous as per surgeon's preference. Here, 12 interrupted sutures are placed, followed by a single continuous running suture with an attempt to reduce the post-operative irregular astigmatism. While applying sutures, care has to be taken so as not to puncture the Descemet membrane, which could lead to formation of double anterior chamber in the early post-operative period. The integrity of the incisions is checked, the conjunctival edges are approximated and the eye is closed. Examination at 3 months post-operative period shows a clear graft and well-centered intraocular lens. The advantages of this technique includes early visual rehabilitation as compared to staged procedure, preservations of host Descemets and endothelium which eliminate endothelial rejection. It offers a faster, less technology dependent and more economic alternative for cataract removal, especially in cases where phacoemulsification cannot be done for logistic reasons. The limitations of this technique include interface scarring, difficulty in getting accurate biometry readings, and also there is significant learning curve, and surgeon should be proficient in both corneal lamellar surgery and manual small incision cataract surgery. Thank you for your attention.